Do you think anybody other than Shah Rukh Khan could have done this movie?
No.
But that's also
By the way, in
reason.
this conversation, we have Varsha, who's team Vijay,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
Himanshi is team Shah Rukh.
I mean, we're all Team Shah Rukh, I think.
Yeah,
I'm like
we're
in
all-
the middle.
But dialogue writing mein thoda it became a little like preachy, like one vote. You think a lot about mosquito coils. When you buy for 5 hours, I'm like, okay, chill. But like,
यार but Riddhi Dogra as the
Yes.
foster mother वो
Yes.
यार नहीं यार
वो तो भी
नहीं कर
आएंगे,
सकते
क्या-क्या
यार, तो
पसंद नहीं आया उस पे आएंगे, but-
यार इस टाइम में नहीं और शाहरुख खान नहीं है ठीक है सलमान खान ऐसी हरकतें तमाम बार कर चुका है चलता है उसके बट
that's my favorite dialogue.
That is, I think, everybody's favorite
No,
dialogue.
my favorite dialogue is तुम्हें लग रहा था ये सिम्बा है but ये मुफासा है. जब उसने सिम्बा बोला because he said तुम्हें लगा ये सिम्बा है and I thought ये रोहित शेट्टी वाले में कहाँ से चला. I was like no मुफासा. फिर मैं चिल्लाया पूरे theater. I spoiled the dialogue for my theater.
Nayanthara और Shah Rukh had no chemistry.
This film is anti-BJP. मतलब लिप सिंक में वो क्लियरली गवर्नमेंट बोल रहा है, सरकार बोल रहा है, बट डबिंग में कुछ तो डायलॉग चेंज किया गया है, सो इट्स नॉट खुल के.
हाँ पठान वाज लाइक ट्राइंग टू हार्ड कि नहीं यार ये ऑफेंड ना हो जाए और यू नो हम ये भी डाल देंगे ताकि
कोई धर्म ही नहीं
हाँ
है
उसका
और
धर्म ही नहीं है अब नाम पठान रखा है तो धर्म बताने में क्या हर्ज था तुम्हें.
मतलब एक वो होता है ना कि नमक आधा चम्मच डालें या 1 चम्मच डालें, उन्होंने 2 डाल दिया.
Shah Rukh is mostly like bigger than the films.
पठान इसके सामने felt a bit soulless, as you said. Spoiler alert, Jawan is a remake of MERSAL. Hello and welcome to this special podcast with the Quint. And हमने पठान के टाइम पे जब हम एपिसोड कर रहे थे, that time we had discussed that we shall have this conversation when Jawan releases, and here we are. We are here to discuss a very important movie that has come, politically relevant movie, while we watched.
Okay.
We are talking
I
about
didn't
Jawan.
see that coming.
We are talking about Jawan because obviously why not. मतलब ये आई थिंक हमारे न्यूज रूम्स में हमेशा होता है, जब भी कोई बड़ी मूवी आती है उसके अगले 2-3 दिन तक यही चर्चा चलती रहती है, भाई ये देखी. लाइक जब ओपेनहाइमर आई थी, मैं यहाँ से पैंट्री तक नहीं जा पा रहा था, 10 लोग ऐसे पूछ रहे थे भाई ओपेनहाइमर देखी. अभी सेम चीज़ हो रही है, भाई जवान देखी. तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, जवान देखी?
Yes. First day, last show.
फर्स्ट डे लास्ट शो.
First day evening show.
मैंने वीकेंड में
वीकेंड में देखी. हाँ, ही इज मोर बिजी देन अस एक्चुअली. सो बाय द वे ऑल ऑफ दीज गाइज आर वेरी बिजी. मैंने इनसे बहुत टाइम मांग के आई हैव कॉल्ड देम फॉर दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन. ठीक है, बिफोर द फिल्म हैड रिलीज, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली आई थिंक ऑल द प्रमोशनल मटीरियल केम आफ्टर पठान ओनली एंड आफ्टर दिस फर्वर ऑफ पठान. What were the expectations before you guys watched the film? Trailer अच्छा लगा, गंदा लगा, music, previews जो इतने 10 टाइप के previews आए थे, looks आए थे, what was that like?
So I mean, Shah Rukh Khan has acted with Tamil directors before, Mani Ratnam, but Mani Ratnam is a very different kind of a director compared to Atlee. मुझे लगा एक masala entertainer तो होगी. Also very strong, like pro-poor, anti-capitalist, anti-general authority, anti-corrupt kind of message. तो ये 2-3 चीजें expected थी. काफी चीजें unexpected भी लगी मुझे. I didn't, for instance, know of many of the special appearances in the movie. So yeah.
अच्छा, first of all, by the way, like Varsha is our resident South represent, so she'll be correcting us throughout this conversation. Is it Atlee or Atlee?
Okay, I mean, I say Atlee, but a lot of people say Atlee, but I think he also says, if I'm not wrong, then he says Atlee only.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go with any kind of expectations. Trailer भी मुझे कुछ खास नहीं लगा था. I honestly trailer देख के लगा कि पठान का एक extended cut है, where Pathaan, you know, somewhere from Pathaan universe you're going to enter into Jawan का पूरा this thing, but I was pleasantly surprised because that was not the case. Probably the trailer was जानबूझ के, you know, they cut a trailer like that where they did not reveal a lot of things. So the film was full of a lot of surprises for me. I'm not so much into South cinema, so I did not know ki what to expect from the film. So in that sense, I think for me it was like a full surprise package.
It was quite the contrary for me.
Same.
Because again,
Exactly,
right, like I
yeah.
watched a lot of Atlee's films. But when I saw the trailer, I was honestly confused. Like before going for the film, I knew what the plot is about. Like everybody knew that can we give spoilers? Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
this is spoiler
हाँ.
filled. Please
Like,
proceed.
We were sure that, I mean, especially with when the poster came out, everyone was like, there will be a double role,
Yeah,
if not a triple
100%,
role,
yeah.
right? Because
I had expected a triple role.
all of Atlee's films have always had 2 Vijays or 3 Vijays, long lost twin brothers, and like a father.
I knew there was going to be a father angle for sure,
Yeah.
because that is, he has some daddy issues, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Because
he also has mommy issues because he kills them, but like we'll come to that a little bit later. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, for sure it'll be there, but I was very confused. I was like, there's a mustache Shah Rukh Khan, there's a bald Shah Rukh Khan. I'm like, how many, like, is he gonna bring like grandfather, like,
how
3
many
different
generations?
generations, because that's gonna get
yeah,
very
I think
boring.
like in Atlee's filmography, it's the highest number of looks that he has gone with.
Yeah,
because like even MERSAL, both the brothers had the same look. To have that confusion, right? Ki doctor kaun hai, magician kaun hai.
हाँ.
But here, every person had like a different look. So वो मेरे को लगा कि यार what is this guy going with?
But one thing about the trailer that was very, like, it was a very cool, like, it looked very cool because of the music. Raja Kumari's that rap
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
And like, also, spoiler alert, not a spoiler alert, I'm a big Anirudh fan. So
You are a big?
Anirudh fan,
Oh.
the music director. So like, I really liked the way the music and the trailer went with sort of how the film was, but it was quite predictable.
But
now,
you
there's
know,
a
I mean,
pop
there was a
and
lot
all.
of talk about the songs not really hitting it
Yes.
to the point, especially with the Hindi-speaking audience. So I think film ke pehle, the songs weren't probably like that great for me. But when I watched the movie in context, the songs made so much sense and they were just so much more enjoyable in the theatre.
For sure. And also, I think that's where it comes to the thing of, it's probably like, what I feel is it's a Tamil film made
Yes.
with a Bollywood
Yeah,
star,
yeah.
right? So obviously, like, it's like so many, if you see all of Atlee's technicians, from the music director, the actors, everybody is South, and there's just like Sania Malhotra and a couple of 4-5 people, including Shah Rukh Khan, who are like from Bollywood. So which is why everything is also cater-made to like the South audience, the music, the beats, all of that. But yeah, I completely agree that the music was not as good as, say, Vikram, that Anirudh probably did like a year before.
Do you think it's also because here he sort of had to write the lyrics and approach it as a Hindi soundtrack? Because I have also heard the Tamil soundtrack and those songs fit much better. Like the Zinda Banda equivalent, I think it's called Vanda Edam or something.
Vande
please.
Edam, yeah.
So, and that song, he sounds so comfortable in that. So वो मेरे को काफी लगा कि यार like just the soundtrack, as Himanshi had also mentioned, कि like before the film came, I was like, in the Zinda Banda ka video, why are all of these actresses, why are they treated as background dancers for Shah Rukh? मेरे को लगा यार ये अजीब नहीं, I know that okay, it will be like a professor kind of a situation where there's one person in the center and all this. मेरे को लगा यार थोड़ा साथ लेके चलो, but then in the movie's context it made sense कि okay, he's a jailer. And
But that also, I mean, the Zinda Banda track, I personally felt like it sounded more, like the way Anirudh sang it sounded more Tamil than the Tamil version did with his pronunciation.
Also
huh?
a Tamil song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beats are totally like what we
Yeah.
are used to in Tamil cinema. So yeah, that's it.
But also the Shah Rukh part where he's kept in everybody's accessory also comes back to Atlee's filmography, because all his films, 4 films that I've watched, Vijay films especially, they have Vijay dressed in one color, like yellow, like in Bigil, Vegitanam, they had him in yellow and everybody else
the
was
coach
in red.
had the different color. And
Yeah,
the
so
team
I
had
think it's
different
his
colors, yeah.
style where, and he also has like extravagant sets for his music and stuff, where he wants to keep the hero as like the only person everybody wants to watch, and the others are just props. But that's
Achha,
also
by the
his
way, in this
reason.
conversation, we have Varsha, who's team Vijay,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
Himanshi's team Shah Rukh.
I mean, we're all Team Shah Rukh, I think.
Yeah.
I'm like
we're
in
all-
the middle. See, for me, the most exciting thing about this was Atlee coming together with Shah Rukh, because I, like her, have been like a super fan of Atlee and also his like jo uska predecessor hai Shankar, their cinema. I haven't seen Raja Rani, but Varsha tells me it's a great film. I didn't like Bigil at all.
Bigil was a... No, I'm saying that Raja Rani, it was like about 2 couples.
Have you guys seen
and
any
all.
of Atlee's
Yeah.
films? No. It's very.
It's a very normal,
a-
it's his only realistic movie. Like when I say I'm an Atlee fan, I don't mean to say that I love his direction.
I really like his direct because, see, like I am like a art cinema person and all of that. But when I see a good mainstream film, ना मैं एकदम ऐसा पिघल जाता हूँ कि थोड़ा slow motion हो. Like even in this film, the way he plays with the slow motion and speed ramping of the sand, कि शाहरुख खान ऐसे sand को लात मारता है, sand 1 second के लिए slow motion होती है. ऐसे freeze frame होती है और फिर ऐसे आके उड़ जाता है. That's like cinematic moment. And Atlee like knows how to do things like this. Like even in MERSAL he had the Vijay का intro वाला, the father Vijay का intro वाला shot. It's the same. वो मिट्टी ऐसे फेंकता है और उसके यहाँ से उड़ के जाती है. So all of that, these guys are like masters at it.
That's true, and he has 3 things that's there in all his
All of
films:
his films.
dead mothers, slow mos, and one more where like the hero is the main and everybody are just props.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
just you know they're
And
like
the double role part.
Double
the
role.
double role. Yeah, sorry. So double role, dead
Yeah.
mothers, and what is the third one?
Slow motion.
Slow motions. Yeah, that's Atlee's speciality.
But you know what? Like I'm like opening this up to like a larger conversation. I don't know why, but I feel that Tamil directors treat all of these cinematic masala-ness much better than even Bollywood Hindi mainstream directors. Like Rohit Shetty makes masala films, but उसमें ना वो जैसे कहते हैं ना वो बात नहीं है.
हाँ वो एक सेंट्रल
वो
नैरेटिव
क्यों
नहीं
है?
होता है.
हाँ, वो क्यों
रोहित
है?
शेट्टी का वो सेंट्रल
Not just Rohit Shetty, but हाँ, any other action film.
Like Atlee का ठीक है, he has all the masala and the stunts and everything, but there is still a core, like there's a soul to that movie. There is a clear message that he wants to convey, and he's sort of using all this things to convey that. Rohit Shetty films, I mean, even Pathaan for that matter.
Exactly, because all of us were comparing it to Pathaan since वो अभी आई थी, and most of the people एक लाइन में अगर उनको रिव्यू देना होता है तो वो ये बोलते हैं पठान से अच्छी है, जवान जो भी बोलता है. So and obviously when I was comparing it with Pathaan, and Pathaan इसके सामने felt a bit, I don't know, soulless as you said, कि वो स्लो मोशन उसमें भी था, एंट्री हीरो की सब कुछ हूटिंग वूटिंग सीटियां उसमें भी बज रही थी, बट it still wasn't satiating enough.
Yeah.
And like Varsha, you can tell us why is that? मतलब what is this thing about Tamil directors that makes their even masala, जो तुम brainless कह सकते हो उनको, stupid masala comedies कह सकते हो, but what makes them so soulful and you know so full?
Personally, for me, when I watched, obviously everybody compared Pathaan and Jawan. For me, I felt Pathaan was trailer and Jawan was like the actual
As she
picture.
said, the
You said
extended
that?
cut.
Oh, sorry, I
no,
did.
she
I
said
sort of...
like Jawan felt like an extended cut of Pathaan.
Yeah. But I think this comes not just because of one director or the young directors. It's been happening for years, and it comes down to the fact that in like South cinema, the actors treated like a demigod of sorts. Whether you've seen Rajnikant and now Vijay and anybody, like even if they don't make sense on screen, you want to still like scream for them, right? You want to say, oh my god, like when you see Shah Rukh Khan like jump from somewhere and come down, you're just like, it's not logical, right? But you're still like, and it's that I don't know how to describe that mass element. It's
actually,
just,
to add to this, a few years back when Shah Rukh wasn't having a lot of hit films, Zero came and Zero flopped, and then Harry Met Sage and all that. This is pre-pandemic time, and I was having this discussion with a friend, and I was like, why can't? And that was the time when the likes of Rajkumar Rao and Ayushmann Khurrana, they were doing like really message-driven cinema, and I was discussing, why can't Shah Rukh do these films? Why can't he make something? Why is he still going for stuff like Zero, where it just doesn't make sense? And then my friend who's still in the industry, he explained that for Shah Rukh is mostly like bigger than the films. So when Shah Rukh enters something like a wiki donor, the film will not be about the message, the film will be about Shah Rukh. So I think this Shah Rukh meets the Tamil cinema is something like that, where Shah Rukh is already that demigod for a lot of Hindi viewing audiences. Now he's found the right platform, he's found the right directors and the right culture to sort of work in, where his larger than life image can be larger than life on screen.
In that sense, it's a match made in heaven.
It's a match made in heaven.
Tamil directors can actually give him the message and the scale.
So Aditya, while she was mentioning that a lot of Tamil directors have historically also dealt with their stars as their demigods, तो क्या ये हमारे यहाँ नहीं होता था कभी?
हमारे यहाँ ये डेमीगॉड वाला स्टेटस नहीं है. It's often
like even मतलब राजेश खन्ना, अमिताभ बच्चन के टाइम पे भी.
See, Rajesh Khanna was more, I mean, he was very popular among the female fan base. I mean, for his looks of being a romantic hero. Amitabh Bachchan was completely the opposite, a very predominantly male fan base, representing the angst of that time. So we have not really seen that kind of demigod status. Yeah, Salman Khan has his
like
mask
all
on.
of these guys are popular.
Yeah.
मतलब कोई शक नहीं है इसमें कि राजेश खन्ना ले लो, अमिताभ बच्चन, उसके बाद धर्मेंद्र was like such a rage at his time. Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan. So what is the difference between a star like Vijay or a Rajnikant and
I think star as the messiah, star as the demigod, as you are saying. That is the I mean, also it's all there's a political economy to it because there are fan clubs, and the fan clubs do a lot of social service work. If someone is in debt, the fan clubs go and help out. So there's this entire ecosystem and also there is this belief that the star should stand for something larger than himself. Like Vijay taking up all social causes, or Kamala Hassan, or Rajnikant doing a lot of social
even
work.
back MGR के time से भी
Precisely, MGR was like almost directly related
Yeah.
to the social justice movement. So in that sense, yeah, the star has to stand for something larger, and which I think this film is sort of the watershed kind of thing in Bollywood, because I mean, yeah, there are stars like Sunny Deol clearly plays to a certain kind of audience.
Yeah.
Akshay Kumar plays to that audience. Shah Rukh Khan, now this is the first time we are seeing someone as an anti-establishment kind of hero in a subtle way. It's not still in your face, yeah.
Interesting, because
so are you trying to say that you have to go beyond the screen and do some sort of this your real life politics has to
how much
match
does
your
your
real life? Because
off-screen life matter in this?
that is also a conversation that's, I mean, when we talk of Tamil stars or South Indian stars, is it that difference? Do they actually go beyond the screen space and support some causes?
That comes back to the fact that politics and cinema has always been interlinked in Tamil cinema, right? And you see that movies have often become their sort of space to enter politics in the near future. We saw Rajini do that for a bit when he was attempting to sort of enter into the space. We've seen MGR do it. We are seeing Vijay do it, right? All his films have had
even
messages.
Dhanush with the
Yeah,
recent
or
film with
even,
Betty
I mean,
Maran.
Udaynidhi obviously, because his last film was before he sort of stopped. So I think that's why there's a lot of political messaging in the movies. They show their politics, which I don't know if is there in the
but
North,
that's the
right?
difference. I mean,
Especially-
even Bollywood stars, they have forayed
They have
into
fought
politics.
elections, they have done
Amitabh Bachchan did it, Jaya Bachchan still in it, and there are Hema Malini, and so it's
Raj
not like
Babbar people and all of
Bollywood
that.
celebrities have not forayed into
No,
politics,
in the sense
but are there films
वही मैं सोच रहा हूँ
political
कि
enough?
ये डिस्टिंक्शन कहाँ आ रहा है, बिकॉज जो सब चीजें ये तमिल स्टार्स के बारे में बता रही हैं
बॉलीवुड में
वो
वो थोड़ा साइलोज में चल रहा है. द फिल्म्स जो फिल्म कर रहे हैं पॉलिटिशियंस, वो अपने अलग से फिल्म्स कर रहे हैं, उसका उनके पॉलिटिक्स से कोई खास लेना देना असल में नहीं है. तो आई थिंक इट्स वो एक अभी भी डिस्टेंस है. आई डोंट थिंक दैट डिस्टेंस हैज बीन ब्रिज्ड. डेफिनेटली नो, इट्स नोवेयर नियर व्हाट तमिल सिनेमा और
100%,
तेलुगु
yeah.
cinema is, but not even near Malayalam cinema, where stars
exactly.
take some political stand, but are
they've always been artists
but
first,
keep away
I think,
from
yeah.
politics, because they have a fan base that sort of cuts across all party lines and all that. So in that sense, yeah, Bollywood is a little more Malayalam cinema, little less Tamil cinema as of now. But yeah, I mean, Shah Rukh Khan's why did that Baap Beta dialogue
makes so much sense for
so
us.
viral? It's
Yeah.
because of what happened.
What happened?
Yeah.
Even like I was just watching the trailer because मैं थोड़ा अपना जवान मूड में आना चाहता था. Not saying that मैं बुढ़ा हूँ, but मैं थोड़े जवान के जोन में आना चाहता था. मैं ट्रेलर देख रहा था and the trailer starts with the line, एक राजा था जो बहुत टाइम से घायल था, वो घूम रहा था, something हारा हुआ था. And I realized this line I don't think is there in the film. नहीं है ना. तो वो मतलब सिर्फ ट्रेलर में रखी गई है पब्लिक को राइल अप करने के लिए कि ये देखो इस इंसान के साथ पैंडेमिक में और उसके पिछले कुछ टाइम में ये सब हुआ है, एंड दिस लाइन विल मेक सेंस टू ऑल ऑफ यू बिकॉज ऑफ दैट. तो वो एक जो एक पैरासोशल रिलेशनशिप की हम बात कर रहे हैं वो स्ट्रॉन्गर एस्टैब्लिश करने में. एंड इवन लाइक somebody says in the trailer कि इसका नाम क्या है, कट टू SRK स्क्रीन पे आता है. तो वो तुम्हें पता चल रहा है कि तुम ये विक्रम राठौर या आजाद जो भी कैरेक्टर है उसे नहीं देख रहे हो, तुम SRK को देख रहे हो. एंड दिस हैज बीन लाइक अ वेरी क्विंटेसेंशियली तमिल थिंग. व्हेन आई वाज वाचिंग जवान, मेरे को ना मतलब जब पहले 10-15 मिनट के अराउंड मैंने ऑलमोस्ट एक ऐसा ट्वीट दिमाग में सोच लिया था दैट स्पॉइलर अलर्ट, जवान इज अ रीमेक ऑफ MERSAL.
Jawan is a Vijay template film with Shah Rukh Khan starring in it.
Yeah, but the similarities to MERSAL are so मतलब same. The interval block वाला scene जहाँ पे बाप बचाने आता है बेटे को, same scene. Vijay has a cigarette, this guy has a cigar. He also has like a chain वाला वो डंडा उससे मार रहा है, and monologue in the end. And
What did you guys think of the monologue?
obviously it was too preachy, but मुझे ये लग रहा है कि वो कहीं ना कहीं मतलब चाहिए भी था.
Yeah, I mean, I felt कि second half में the film was a little dragged.
Yeah.
It was a bit too long. Probably could have been half an hour shorter. लेकिन वो last का जो monologue था, with the way the film was going, for a certain audience, I think that works because you have to say these things at that level. I saw some people in the theater clap.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like not a big clap. It was like a hush. मतलब ऐसा नहीं था कि पूरे थिएटर में everybody like सलमान खान के सीटी लग गई. लेकिन एक significant उसमें people were clapping. So I think it did. You know, people were thinking.
Isn't that the most political we have seen Shah Rukh Khan get on screen? Yeah.
It's the most direct he's been on screen. Ki okay, boss, you have your right to vote. Exercise it smartly. So he just said it in your face.
What do you guys think of the politics of this film? Matlab,
I don't know if it's his only political film because he has done
Rukh.
like Shah Rukh na.
Dil Se and all he's done, but they were very different films.
Yeah.
This is
or like Chak De or something. But one good thing that I liked about this film was like screenplay wise and what Shah Rukh did was you didn't like compared to like say Jawan, you didn't always need like terrorists and like you know like neighboring countries who are like Pakistan who are threats to India. This was a very simple political issue.
There's
like
no external enemy.
Yeah, which we've seen as a common plot in not just Bollywood, in Bollywood, but like in Indian films in general in the recent past. But the fact that it was as simple as, you know, go exercise your vote, right? I thought that was very subtle and like was perfect. They didn't bring some random guy saying, you know, when he was a Jawan, he fought with somebody in Pakistan, he's taking revenge and all. That was not like that. So that, but dialogue writing mein thoda it became a little like preachy, like one vote. You think a lot about mosquito coils. When you buy for 5 hours, I'm like, okay, chill. But like
now this is more in the Swadesh zone. Only made with more masala, where you're dealing with internal conflicts of the country because it's not like, you know, somebody from Pakistan stopping you from giving electricity to the villagers, right?
Yeah.
So it is more in that zone. And also some political references like the Gorakhpur tragedy, which was...
Dude, that was...
I looked at it and I was like, oh my God. Yeah. You know, he did not shy away. It could have easily been made into a COVID tragedy.
That's what we were discussing.
COVID was an easy plot. You know, recent, everybody remembers.
They specifically mentioned encephalitis.
Exactly.
They mentioned encephalitis.
The doctor was made the scapegoat. And a lot of people who are not aware of the Gorakhpur incident, they are actually thinking that it's about COVID.
Yeah.
Because a lot of like surface level reviews online, मैं बोल रहा हूँ, it's nice that he talked about COVID. मैं बोल रहा हूँ यार COVID की कहाँ बात करी? But then they are referring to this scene. So ये वो that particular moment, मतलब मुझे honestly नहीं लगा था कि इतने खुल के बात हो सकती है. Even though it's not as खुल के because there are scenes in the movie जहाँ पे सरकार की जगह मतलब lip sync में वो clearly government बोल रहा है, सरकार बोल रहा है, but dubbing में कुछ तो dialogue change किया गया है. So it's not खुल के, but still इतना unabashedly you can just talk about it and it's so sad कि ये इतनी surprising बात
Even the farmer suicide, मुझे तो लगा ये P. साईनाथ ने script लिखी है.
That was a tweet.
This part of the film is written by P. Sainath, you know, that
when the farmer suicide segment came, I thought we've broken into an ad or like interval पहले आ गया है because those are the kind of ads you see during the intervals in a theater.
It's shot also like that, एकदम dramatically.
बहुत emotional था यार वो. Actually, a smaller part of the film which I found was also interesting was the initial, the introductory scene of the Takla Shah Rukh Khan, in which the woman in burqa is
yes,
shot.
I had this discussion. Yes.
And you know, initially we are made to feel, yaar, isne kyun mara hai isko and all that, and you know, the audience is made to feel sympathetic for the woman in burqa, and then of course suddenly they reveal what has happened. I thought that was very cleverly done and similar to that RPF shooting incident that happened, in which someone was just shot for having visible Muslim markers.
Yeah.
Oh, so you thought that Shah Rukh Khan is sort of shooting that woman because she's a Muslim?
No, so they're making the general audience.
तो मतलब आपको ऐसा उस समय लग रहा है जब तक वो रिवील नहीं हुआ था कि वो उसी की.
हाँ, मुझे लगा कि सच में मार दिया.
इसलिए मारा. Oh, I didn't catch that. मेरे को लगा कि normally ऐसा threaten करने के लिए.
मुझे ये नहीं लगा कि बुरखे के वजह से मारा है, पर एक जनरल ऑडियंस को they are made to sympathize with a victim who is wearing a burqa.
Do you think anybody other than Shah Rukh Khan could have done this movie?
नहीं. No, I don't think so. Definitely. Wouldn't have had the same impact.
Wouldn't have had the correct. And because I don't think there's a Bollywood celebrity or a Bollywood star at this point who has that kind of appeal. I mean, Salman has, but it's a very different, very different audience, and his is a very I don't know, does anything and becomes this thing. So Shah Rukh, Amir, no.
He goes on the other side of being too not preachy, but I don't know the right word.
Amir is too dependent on his scripts. Amir is never bigger than the script.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if he's too much into the script, too much into the nitty-gritty. So
Shah Rukh finds a perfect balance,
Yeah.
I think, between sort of giving a message and his mass appeal. I don't think anybody else could have.
Okay, so another conversation that is happening a lot about this film and after this film is that this film is anti-BJP.
Yeah.
Hardly. I mean,
मतलब which makes me think कि भाई farmer suicide तो people life भी थी.
see, in that sense, see, when entire Bollywood is becoming celebratory and sort of, talking about this great nation that goes into Pakistan, takes revenge, वगैरह. So when everything is sort of twisted to that narrative, a film which sort of criticizes the status quo, says that those in power are responsible, brings out a case like the Gorakhpur encephalitis case, in which very clearly, we know which government was in power over there. So yeah, in that sense, it is probably a little subtly anti-BJP, but
it's an anti-establishment.
Anti-system.
That's
जैसे
the
जो
word, anti-system.
एक मूवीज होती थी ना, जब मुझे याद है कि हम बचपन में जो सेट मैक्स वगैरह में मूवीज आती थी जिसमें विलन वाज सिस्टम. मतलब एक इनविजिबल विलन था कि जैसे करप्शन है, सिस्टम है खराब, एंटी पॉलिटिक्स, एंटी एस्टैब्लिशमेंट, एज शी इज सेइंग, प्रो पुअर, प्रो वर्किंग क्लास. मेरे को लग रहा है ये उस तरह की मूवी ज्यादा थी.
उस 70s में अमिताभ बच्चन का एंग्री यंग मैन वाला जो होता
कि वो
था,
कोई एक इंसान नहीं है या एक देश नहीं है या एक कोई वो नहीं है जिसके खिलाफ है, बट वो बस वो अपनी करंट कंडीशन से दुखी है. और ऑब्वियसली जो पावरफुल है वो ही उसका जिम्मेदार है. एंड बिकॉज वी हैवंट सीन अ फिल्म लाइक दैट एटलीस्ट इन हिंदी सिनेमा फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम, क्या ये रीजन है कि बहुत सारे लोगों को लग रहा है दैट दिस इज एंटी-BJP?
Or do you think
propaganda aside, I'm saying?
Or do you think that's why it sort of worked, right? Because it comes as a breath of fresh air at a time when we are seeing a lot of films that are sort of pandering or, like Sir said, celebrating the government.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Ki there was this, angry young man sort of cinema we saw back in the day, and that was against the system. That was raising it was more about, okay, let the poor or let the common man say what they want to say.
Accountability की बात कर ली, किसी एक specific का नाम नहीं लिया. Yeah.
We went for one movie, paying that much. I came out watching 10 Tamil movies. And it shows that Atlee is a big fan of Vijay, right? Because he loves, and in his audio launch in Jawan also, he said, I'd like to thank my Anna, which means brother, Vijay, for making this film happen. He loves him so much that he's copied from his films, Kaidi, Bigil, Mersal, Shankar's films Onion.
The अपरिचित वाला mask, bro, wow.
And
Tribute देना था ऐसे
Ramana, Indian, all this vigilante
and even a lot of
sort of.
Bollywood movies, like the angle of Kaveri Amma is from Swades, and even जो वो बोलता है विजय राठौर, नाम तो सुना ही होगा.
यार बट रिद्धि डोगरा एज द फॉस्टर मदर, वो यार नहीं यार, वो नहीं कर सकते.
क्या पसंद नहीं आया उस आएंगे, बट
यार इस टाइम में, और शाहरुख खान नहीं है, ठीक है, सलमान खान ऐसी हरकतें तमाम बार कर चुका है, चलता है उसके, बट कम ऑन यार.
एंड रिद्धि डोगरा somebody जिसको मैं बहुत पसंद करता हूँ यार, एंड लुकिंग ऐसा ट्रीटमेंट तो मत करो यार इसका.
और कुछ मेहनत भी नहीं करी उसको ओल्ड दिखाने की.
Yeah, they just put a white.
Just to.
एंड टुवर्ड्स द एंड वो फिर से यंग हो जाती है, वो भूल गए उसका मेकअप करना.
ओ ऐसा तो बहुत है, ठीक है, आ जाओ. क्या जो अभी क्रिटिसिज्म्स की बात करते हैं, क्या गोल था पिक्चर में से? What all did you guys not like?
I mean, I already said that the film could have been a little shorter. It was thoda sa lamba, that I didn't like. If we've already given spoiler, I did not understand the purpose of Sanjay Dutt in the film. Sanjay, spoiler
I liked
alert.
him, but
I loved Sanjay Dutt.
Yeah.
I loved Sanjay Dutt.
I thought it'll be Vijay.
Even I
was
thought that there
hoping
was
for
going to
a
be
Vijay.
Vijay.
I was like, if he
There
comes,
was an
I'll
Atlee
just.
cameo. I loved the.
Even the like, okay, so he was there, the cameo was okay, but he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to do something, okay, at least, you know, when there was this point when he could have saved, or he could have been the savior at least in that one moment. वो भी नहीं था. He was just there talking on the phone and being like, I don't know.
And that Onam part and all was a little like, what is a happy Onam, Mama Sadhya? Like, it felt a little unnecessary, I felt.
When Bollywood is making Kerala Files maligning a state, no, this is how you answer.
Other side of
This is how you answer it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then I mean, you bring an actor who was incarcerated
also
for a very
संजय
long
दत्त के
time.
टाइम पे मैं उसका नाम is नायक and he says नायक नहीं खला भाई क्या
Yeah, these references I love. कि
मेरे को
even
सीटी
this
बजानी
one
आती
is-
नहीं है बट मैं
मैंने उसी
अंदर में बहुत
that
सीटी
was
बजा
the
रहा था।
only time in the film मैंने सीटी बजाई थी.
नायक नहीं खला
हाँ,
वो तो
absolutely.
क्लासिक था बहुत।
हाँ, 90s यार. Younger Shah Rukh didn't look good. Yeah, in Pathaan he was looking so
अब देखो पता है इसमें
good.
मेरी एक
हाँ.
थियरी है कि ये जो पिछली सारी फिल्में है ना, जीरो से लेके फैन, लाल सिंह चड्ढा, पठान, ये सब रेड चिलीज की जो वीएफएक्स कंपनी है वो बस शाहरुख खान की डीएजिंग का पैच डेवलप कर रहे हैं. हर मूवी के साथ दे आर लाइक मेकिंग वर्जन 1 वर्जन 2, अगली 5-10 मूवीज में एकदम वो तुम्हें
Like the older
15 साल का शाहरुख बना के
Yeah,
देंगे.
when you see the older Shah Rukh,
Yeah.
he's nice,
He's so
he's
good.
aging so
Even the
gracefully.
Atlee Shah Rukh is
Yeah.
good to look
Yeah.
at, but younger Shah Rukh just didn't like मजा नहीं आया. Also नयनतारा के साथ कोई मुझे खास
Yeah,
chemistry नहीं
especially when
नजर
there's
आई.
Deepika in the film. So Nayanthara, Shah Rukh have no chemistry, and when Deepika comes, वो और भी ज़्यादा evident हो जाता है कि Nayanthara और Shah Rukh had no chemistry. Because Shah Rukh, Deepika are so effortless in that
Yeah.
little time that they have.
Yes. You actually feel when Deepika
Yes.
is getting executed, बहुत
Yeah.
बुरा लगता है.
And Nayanthara,
दिल से बुरा
okay,
लगता है.
again spoiler, but I didn't care. Nayanthara was almost about to die during
Yeah.
interval
वो
हो
तो-
गया. She's almost dying.
My mom was actually asking me. I was with my mom and she was like, "कि अच्छा ये मर गई?" मैंने बोला, नहीं आएगी वापस आएगी.
And I
टेंशन मत लो.
forgot only. Interval खत्म हुआ, I forgot कि अच्छा ये मर रही थी. मतलब even if she would have died, it wouldn't have made a difference. So वो chemistry बहुत खराब थी.
जबकि that character was really nice. मतलब the way that character started वो एकदम cool lady cop वो बहुत मेरे को अच्छा लगा. And the way she interrogated with कि अच्छा गाना अब तुम्हें मैं सुनाऊंगी ये सब वो मतलब very cool points on point. मेरे को तो यार जो villain का track है ना malfunctioning weapons वाला मेरे को वो समझ ही नहीं आया because it was too much. मतलब एक वो होता है ना कि नमक आधा चम्मच डालें या 1 चम्मच डालें, उन्होंने 2 डाल दिया. कि मतलब 5 जवान गए हैं, 5 की बंदूक नहीं चल रही और फिर वो पूरा पैसा they could have and that मतलब मैं जब अपने माइंड में फिल्म साथ में रीराइट कर रहा था I was like what if मतलब 10 लोग जैसे गए हैं, शाहरुख की बंदूक चल रही है, बाकी 3-4 जवानों की नहीं चल रही है और शाहरुख अपनी जान पे खेल के उन तीनों को बचाता है और फिर बाद में वो पूरा ट्रायल वगैरह होता है. उससे शाहरुख का भी स्टारडम और जो उसका वैलर भी एस्टैब्लिश हो जाता एंड द होल बोलो इट वुड हैव बीन थोड़ा सरल बिकॉज मेरे को बहुत अजीब लगा कि वो ऐसे टक टक कर रहे हो, छर्रे वाली बंदूक जैसी आवाज आ रही है गंदी सी, कुछ चल ही नहीं रहा. I'm like,
I know. I also felt that they built up the villains का पूरा plot was built up and it never culminated into anything. It was a very easy win for Team Shah Rukh. कि बस you know anything they do is working.
The बाहुबली वाला guy looked like a bigger villain than विजय सेतुपति because उसके ज्यादा फाइट सीन है शाहरुख के साथ.
Yeah.
That's also a MERSAL thing actually. Because even in MERSAL, the main जो doctor guy है, he doesn't fight with the guys end में ना. It's the जो काशी his henchman fight. So it's a Jawan is a remake of MERSAL.
Yeah, no,
telling you.
Jawan is basically when you're at a party and you mix all drinks to make a cocktail. It's like that. You get everything. That's what I feel. Criticism-wise, I feel like Atlee sort of advocates a lot for women empowerment. He also had a song in Bigil called Singer Penny, which means lion women and all. He talks a lot. He says in Jawan audio launch, he said, you know, God is there because if you treat your mother and your wife well, then you know everything will happen. He talks a lot about women empowerment. But in his films, it really doesn't show, right? Like he just keeps like say Vijay and Shah Rukh Khan and Jawan as the main, and all the others are just mere accessories to him. Even Nayanthara and Bigil had absolutely no role. We are all glad that she got little bit role. Nayanthara is a great like.
Yes.
I think the role that she even played here, like she's great. She's literally the lady superstar, right? But like why she didn't make the impact was because Atlee wrote her in a certain way.
पठान बेहतर थी.
पठान में
इस मामले में
पठान
पठान
So
मामले
that,
में
Yeah.
So that is where I differ ki Shah Rukh, I mean, even in a badly written film, when you see Shah Rukh on screen with another woman, he doesn't treat the woman as a prop, or the woman is never secondary. Even in this, okay, Nayanthara and Shah Rukh had zero chemistry, but in those scenes also, as an actor, he uplifts the other actor.
Nice. So yeah, final thoughts बताते हैं अपने जवान के बारे में. क्या मतलब, if there is one thing that like our film industry can learn from films like Jawan, not necessarily मतलब ये नहीं कि सिर्फ mainstream movies बनाओ, because I know जवान के बाद अब 10 और जवान बन जाएंगी. तो वो ना देख के कि scale और जो surface level चीजें ना देख के, is there something on a soul level which you think we can like learn from?
I think Jawan se biggest takeaway learning for Bollywood, I think it don't be afraid of taking political positions. यानी पठान I found
देखी जाएगी.
हाँ, पठान was like trying too hard कि नहीं यार ये offend ना हो जाए, और you know हम ये भी डाल देंगे ताकि
कोई धर्म ही नहीं
हाँ
है,
उसका
और
धर्म ही नहीं है, अब नाम पठान रखा है तो धर्म बताने में क्या हर्ज था तुम्हें. खैर तो इसमें I mean they did manage to push the envelope. I mean the Dr. Kafil's case, the Burkha incident, farmer suicide, they did a lot. And जरूरी नहीं है कि this I have an issue even with Malayalam cinema कि पुलिस स्टेट वगैरह होली काउ नहीं है. You can actually
स्टेट भी गलती कर सकता है.
हाँ कर सकते हैं,
करता ही है,
सरकारें गलत होती हैं. I mean real life में होता है. So yeah, तमिल सिनेमा का वो एक irreverence towards authority बहुत अच्छा है. And I hope जवान sort of leads this trend and Bollywood में ज़्यादा लोग थोड़े से और होली का उसको question करें. So yeah, for me this was probably the biggest learning from this film.
Bollywood has some thinking to do here कि यहाँ से आप या तो propaganda की तरफ जा सकते हो, जहाँ पे already एक बहुत बड़ा section of Bollywood जा रहा है. Or you can actually go to these harmless and nice feel-good films. But Jawan is a feel-good film. I read a tweet. No, actually, this was an Instagram reel where some people were coming out of the theater, and somebody had shared a tweet saying it's so nice to see people coming out of theater happy. Usually, you see people coming out of theater and being like, "Oh my God, Kerala Files." के बाद people were coming out and they were like, "Oh my God, we're afraid of a particular community." All of that thing. So I'm just saying कि Bollywood के पास अभी this is sort of, I don't know, that pivot where they need to decide कि हमें किस तरफ जाना है.
This was exactly my point, the directors and audience का thing कि, and this I don't know, I don't have anything to back this claim up, but I think that people in Tamil Nadu are much more passionate about cinema than people anywhere else in the world.
इसमें फर्क ये भी आता है कि the filmmakers, the actors, everyone live within the same context as the audience. In Bollywood, this is a big problem. The actors and everyone live in some very posh parts of Bombay, and their audience is probably somewhere in the Hindi heartland or the way. So वो एक disconnect. They don't. I mean, yeah, of course, there's a class difference even in the Tamil audience, but at least the cultural context is same. यहाँ पे cultural context भी अलग है.
तो इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा था कि ऑडियंस को ही कंटेंट मेकर बना दो. तो जब तुम्हारी फिल्में बॉम्बे से हटके दूसरी जगहों पे बनने लगी, एंड दूसरी जगहों के बनने का मतलब ये नहीं कि अच्छा बरेली में एक पिक्चर सेट कर दी और सेट लगा दिया और कहीं लखनऊ में बना दी, वो जो कि पिछले कुछ सालों में हो रहा था, बट एक्चुअल stories from the real India जिसे कहते हैं. Okay, yes, so this was like a very interesting fun discussion we had about Jawan and its political implications, what this film talked about, and I think the best part is that एक picture के बारे में इतनी सारी discussions निकल रही हैं एक movie से, and I think that's what we all do here. Thanks a lot Himanshi, Aditya, Varsha. Thanks a lot for chatting with me. आप लोग बहुत busy लोग हैं, and thanks a lot.
Thank you, Prateek.
Thank you.
Thank you.